Welcome back to Pinkvilla Tech, and today we're going to be discussing true wireless earphones. And the only reason being is when initially true wireless earphones were introduced, they were far bigger, bulkier, and they were not really that potent as compared to the wired earphones that we were using back in the days. But now true wireless earphones are sleeker, lighter, much more powerful and pack much more features than what a wired earphone would provide. I have three true wireless earbuds here with me. One is the Apple AirPods Pro, the Samsung earbuds 2, and the Nothing Ear Ones. Now there's a reason why I've chosen these three products. Nothing Ear Ones is because they are their first product from Nothing as a company, so they have to be there and they fall in a very sweet price segment. The Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 is because they are fairly recent and they pack a lot of features for the price point that they're selling at. And the AirPods Pro, for the reason, is because they have been selling this for the last 2 years without an update. And they are really good. So let's quickly compare all of these three from different price segments, compare their features and understand why these earphones or these true wireless earbuds are good at what they do. And if you're in the market to buy true wireless earphones and if you're having difficulties to choose from one of these earphones, this video will probably help you decide which one you should go for. Let's start off the comparison by first talking about the design language, and we'll start with Nothing is because the Nothing Ear Ones are the first earphones by the company Nothing, and quite honestly they're quite very unique to look at, not just because of the transparent case, yes that's unique, but the overall design factor of the Nothing Ear Ones is far more better and appealing to eyes as compared to the other two. And that being said, are these very practical? They are. But then since this is a transparent case, you end up scratching this case quite more often and it's much more visible as compared to either of these two. So a lot of people do opt for having a cover or a skin being put up on the case. Now we'll switch to the second ones, and that's the Galaxy Earbuds 2. The Galaxy Earbuds 2 are much more rounded on the corner as compared to either of these 2-ear or the 3-ear. And they're much more compact in design, but they're much more thicker. But the case for the AirPods Pro is much more sleeker as compared to the earbuds 2. But that does not mean that it's more compact. It's much more longer. So it really depends on your preference. So if I'm wearing a jeans which is tight, I would prefer the AirPods Pro in my pocket. But if I'm wearing a jeans which is loose enough to accommodate this, it's small enough to sit in more comfortably. But if you're using a bag to carry these around, either of these three will not be a problem. When it comes to fitting in a tight jeans, this is one case which will not fit in properly because the sheer size of it, I can hide the earbuds 2 right behind it, and it's equally thicker as well. So, and it will occupy a lot of space. So if you're planning to put your phone and this case together, it's going to bulge out, it's going to look very, very shabby. Let's talk about the AirPods Pro. Now, AirPods Pro have been into the market for the last 2 years. In spite of that, this is the sleekest case of all of these three here. In spite of being in the market for the last 2 years and the regular updates that Apple provides for the AirPods Pro, they are still one of the best AirPods or true wireless earbuds to have. The only disadvantage that you see with the AirPods Pro is they only work more efficiently with an Apple ecosystem. You can pair them to your Android phone, but most of the features will not be available. Same is the case with the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. They will only work with your Samsung devices now, in spite of being in the Android ecosystem. They will work with other Android devices and also Apple devices, but most of the features that you get with these earbuds won't work. But that's not the case with the Nothing Ear Ones. Nothing Ear Ones will connect to your Android or Apple devices alike, and they provide a dedicated app which you can choose your features from, tune your equalizer, or even choose your transparency mode or active noise cancellation. So if you're a person who is either an Android user or an Apple user, you won't go wrong with these. That does not mean these two are any less capable. But for the price point, you're not going to go wrong with the Nothing Ear Ones. And quite honestly, the strategy that Nothing has taken, because these are their first earphones, is quite good. It is because they're catering to wider audience than narrowing it down to probably just Android or Apple users. That's a good one there. Now we did discuss how the cases look, but what about the earbuds themselves? Let's try them on. Let's start with Nothings once again, and quite honestly, these are somewhat similar to the size of the AirPods Pro, but they look significantly different. Especially the stem, the transparent stem here gives it a very unique look as compared to any of the buds. but they fit quite comfortably and they're very light as well. Let's try the Galaxy Buds 2. The Galaxy Buds 2 are quite honestly the lightest here. They weigh around 4 grams each, so that's around 8 grams together. But these are the sleekest earbuds amongst the 3 here. They're so sleek, quite honestly. For a person who is not that observant, he might not even see the earbuds, he might just miss them out. It's only the glossy finish here on the earbuds that actually attracts you or attracts the person to look at your ears. Otherwise, they sit quite covertly. Like for instance, were they painted matte black and they would not be reflecting off light? I think these would have been very hard to spot in my ears. Let's try the AirPods Pro. Now, these have been out in the market for 2 years, but the design still is not obsolete. They still look quite trendy. And these are quite shorter as compared to the AirPods. They have a longer stem. These are quite shorter. And out here you have these double touch press pinch mechanism which you use to control your multimedia or even answer your calls. On the other devices, it's tap. But overall, I have been using these for quite some time. They've been my daily drivers because I use an Apple phone. So I love these, but they're not really that compatible in terms of sound with the other devices. Now that being said, the sound on this AirPods Pro, it's crystal clear and the details are very audible, no matter if it's the low frequency, mid frequency or even the higher frequencies. That's where Galaxy earbuds do come in better, is because they have much more stronger bass as compared to the AirPods Pro. They're not that clear. They are better than the Nothing Ear ones, but the bass on the Galaxy Buds 2 is much more better as compared to both of these put together. That being said, the Nothing Ear ones also perform quite well in spite of being priced at somewhere around 6,000 out in the market. These are for 6,000. These are currently at discount selling at around 12,000. The AirPods Pro fluctuate between 19,000 to 23,000 depending on the discounts Apple is willing to give or the e-holders are willing to give. So these are the most expensive. These are somewhere in between, and the Nothing Ear ones are the cheapest of the earbuds here. That being said, that does not mean that the Nothing Ear ones lack anywhere when it comes to performance. Even when it comes to their app, there's a dedicated app from Nothing Ear ones which works on Android phones or even on your Apple phone. And you're able to control your active noise cancellation, your transparency mode, or even your equalizer. Now the Samsung Galaxy Earbuds 2 also have their dedicated app which is called the Samsung's Wearable app, and it's only available on Samsung devices right now. Now they can connect to an Apple device as well, but you will not be able to access the features that the Samsung Galaxy Buds come with. Similar is the case for the AirPods Pro. You will be able to connect these to Android devices, but spatial audio, noise cancellation features that you can control with an app directly, not be able to do that. Let's talk about the different features that each of these earbuds carry. Now we've discussed how each of these earbuds look, even the cases how they look, and we've also discussed how they fit in your ears. But what about the features that each of these devices get to the table and at their different price point? Let's start with the most expensive ones, which is the AirPods Pro. Now the AirPods Pro again have been into the market for the last 2 years, but what they have had in those last 2 years is spatial audio. They have had active noise cancellation. They've also had transparency mode, which is now present in these devices, but now these are recent ones. They've had this for the last 2 years. Yes, there were other earbuds which were doing it, but there was nothing out in the market that could compete with the AirPods Pro at that point in time. Even now, they're somewhere at the top. Let's talk about the Galaxy Buds 2. Now, the Galaxy Buds 2 do have active noise cancellation. They also have transparency mode. They miss out on the spatial audio, which is a feature of the Galaxy Buds Pro. Irrespective of that, these are very neat, and there's one feature that I love about the Galaxy Buds 2 is the active transparency mode. For example, if I have them on, I'm listening to music, but if I start a conversation with someone, these will start in transparency mode, pause my music and let me have that conversation. Once I'm done with my conversation, they recognize it and they will resume my music and turn on the active noise cancellation once again. That's a very neat feature to have in these. I don't know why Apple has not yet provided that for the AirPods Pro, but I think if they lose their mind, they might just do that with another update. The Nothing Ear ones do have active noise cancellation. They also have transparency mode, which you can choose, and there is also a feature where you can adjust the amount of transparency mode or also active noise cancellation. So you have variations. There's just two options, whereas on the Galaxy Buds 2 and the AirPods Pro, you have multiple levels of adjusting transparency mode or active noise cancellation. But in spite of their price point and the features that the Nothing Ear ones do provide, one of the main neat features that I do like is they've also included wireless charging in the Nothing Ear ones, and that's a feature that is common between the two, but the price point is quite higher. But at a price point of 6,000, having wireless charging capabilities in this is not a bad thing. So to summarize this video, the Nothing Ear ones are possibly the best bargain out in the market, but you compromise on a little bit of sound quality, and the form factor or the size of the whole package is quite big. If you talk about the Galaxy Buds 2, they are very capable earbuds. Sound quality compared to the AirPods Pro might not be that clear, but they're really good when it comes to music. So your calls, okay, they do a very good job. With respect to your music, if you're a person who likes details in this music, you might just miss out on these. With respect to the AirPods Pro, I love the overall sound quality that AirPods provide. I do miss that punchy feel to the music which the Galaxy Buds are providing, but then the sound is crystal clear. Mids, your lows, or even your highs, they are quite audible. And even your calls that you make are very good. Even call quality on all three of these is quite good. With respect to sound quality, the AirPods Pro are best in the category with amazing sound when it comes to calls. Now the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 are close on the heels of the Apple AirPods Pro. And the other feature that I appreciate about the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 more as compared to the AirPods Pro is the active transparency mode, which I just explained. However, the Nothing Ear ones are not far behind. They also are good, but they're not that clear when it comes to audio, call audio, when it comes to these two other devices. No matter what is your budget, you're not going to go wrong with either of these earbuds. The only thing that you'll have to consider while you're buying the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 or the AirPods Pro is which ecosystem you're catering to. If you're an Apple user, you're not going to go wrong with the AirPods Pro. And if you're a Samsung user, you're not going to go wrong with the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. But if you do change the ecosystem, you'll miss out on the features. They will work, but you'll miss out on a lot of features. But if you do choose the Nothing Ear ones, they're going to be compatible with your Apple device or your Samsung device or any other Android devices. So it's just a matter of preference, the sound, or which ecosystem that you prefer. This is Aurelius from Pinkvilla Tech signing off. And just before I go, there is another video which I do want to do, which is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 versus the Apple Watch Series 7. If you guys are interested, do leave us a comment and we will do the video for you guys. Have a great evening, guys. See you guys soon.